Subhanallah. Sheikh, that example that you gave about Imam Ahmad and his practice, we live in a turbulent time here. So that leads into uh, my next question is what advice would you give to your students here in America, considering the current climate with those who claim to be espousing Hanabila, but yet essentially they're teaching something different? And I would even add to that, to my own question, because I have seen and heard people say who claim to be Hanbali, but who would say that Imam Ahmed is not a Hujjah. And this really bothered me because I have never heard anyone say that Imam Ahmed was not a Hujjah. Neither an Ash'ari or anybody else has ever said that about Al Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal. So if you could touch on that for us, Jazakumullah khairan.
You s- Sorry, you said a Hanbali saying that Imam Ahmad is not a Hujjah? Is that what you said? This was a part of what you said?
Yes. Yes.
Uh, I I saw Imam Ahmad in a dream, and he kept describing how he was tortured by Mu'tasim and these difficult times that he went through. And he showed me things that I haven't read in books. And then I went to my sheikh and told, now, and I went to my sheikh and I told him about this dream. I told him, he kept describing this to me, and you were with me. My sheikh w- was with me in the dream. I mean, and he and it was really difficult, and wasn't a pleasant experience. Yani I wish I didn't see any of that. I was pleased that I saw Imam himself, but it was really bad how he described the torch and everything. So I told him, yani, what is the interpretation? What do you think of that? And usually my sheikh doesn't really interpret any dreams. He usually says, yeah, this is good, this is okay, it's bushra, go on, continue what you are doing, this is a good sign. In this dream in particular, he said, yes, this is a sign that Imam Ahmad, that there is a lot of ibtila waiting for us, the Hanabila. And I guess if I this is one part of al-ibtila, to hear about a Hanbali who doesn't consider Ahmad Hanbal Hujjah. Uh, a Shafi'i can sometimes have this liberty of not considering Ahmad Hanbal Hujjah, because in the end Shafi'i is his Hujjah. Let me talk in points. First of all, a Hanbali not considering Ahmad to be Hujjah means that he is not Hanbali. Because as many scholars said, in the Hanbali madhab and the other madhahib, the one whom you follow, يعني الذي تقلده, the one whom you follow in fiqh, his statements are evidence for you. Your evidence is not Al-Quran wa Sunnah, because you have no access to Al-Quran wa Sunnah when it comes to interpreting Al-Quran wa Sunnah or extracting rulings from Al-Quran wa Sunnah. This is an agreed upon issue among the scholars of Usul al-Fiqh. If not agreed upon, this is the Hanabila hate to claim al-ijma'. Let's not call it agreed upon issue, but at least this is the madhab of the majority of Usuli scholars. This is one thing. That's why in the Hanbali fiqh books like the Hashiyah of Ibn Awad ala Dalil al-Talib, Mar al-Karmi said, على المذهب الأحمد مذهب الإمام أحمد. مذهب الأحمد, the most praised madhab, the best madhab, the madhab of Imam Ahmad. Yes, because this was said by a Hanbali. If Shafi'i is better than Ahmad, you become Shafi'i. It's simple, and it doesn't include any hatred or anything. This is one thing. Another thing, I'm not sure if this was a part of your question, yeah, Sheikh. Like in the Hanbali madhab is the Hanbali madhab, which can be represented by the Hanabila, only the Hanabila, who studied with the Hanabila, who received the madhab from the Hanabila. Let's help each other in stopping the bid'ah of teaching, talking, falsely contributing to something without being qualified enough to do so. So if you want to talk about the Hanbali madhab, then you studied the Hanbali madhab with someone who is Hanbali. The idea of a sanad that the Shaykh Dr. Shadi started with. Let's stop these innovations of Hanbali Taymi, Hanbali ibn Qudama's branch, Hanbali Qadi Abu Ya'la's branch. This is a madhab of one of the greatest A'immah of the Muslimin. It's not a restaurant or something like that. Yeah. People in the United States in particular, they need to be focused on ilm more. I know that the circumstances and the environment might not be really helpful, but in the end, if you are focused more on ilm, especially that you have a lot of chances on the internet now, this will definitely be better than getting in such disputes of I'm Hanbali, the branch of so-and-so, Hanbali, the branch of so-and-so. When I started studying ilm, I found the Salafi Shaykh. I went to him. I wasn't Salafi. I was never Salafi. I went to him and I benefited. I met my Shaykh who wasn't Salafi, and I benefited from him. If not for the Salafi Shaykh being really harsh and that they rejected me afterwards and they called me Mubtadi' and stuff like that, I would be able to mention the names. In the end, if you focus more on al-ilm and forget about the trendy things, this would definitely be better for especially yani not for the students in the UK, for the students in the USA. Yes. Wallahu al-musta'an.